And Shalom, friends. This is Mime, and welcome to Hebrew with Mime. This Torah portion is called Bechukotai, which means in my statutes. And in this lesson, we're going to be going over a few verses from this Torah portion, and they can be found in Leviticus or Vaikra, chapter 26, verses 3 and 4. And the Torah life coaching message for this lesson is about how the physical supports the spiritual. So first, let's read our Torah portion in Hebrew. Now, I sometimes go over every letter and vowel, but I'm not going to I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to read it slowly with you, talk about the definitions of the words, and go into some insights. Okay? So the first word is im, and this means if, im. And then the next word is where we get the name of our Torah portion from. This is bechukotai, bechukotai. Now the bet means in, and the chok is the root here, chok. And this word means statute. Okay, chok is a statute. And this word, it's like a commandment, but it has this idea of something that is engraved and permanent. Okay, it's like a permanent statute, an eternal commandment. And the sages say that this is also the kind of commandment, a statute or a chok is a kind of commandment that you probably don't understand. You don't understand the purpose of this statute or commandment. We're expected to just trust and obey regardless, and there's blessing in that. So bechukotai, chukot is the plural form of statute, so it becomes statutes if you say chukot. And then the I part at the end means my. So in my statutes. So if in my statutes, bechukotai, telechu, telechu. And this means you shall walk, and the you is plural. You all shall walk. Okay, that's a much more literal translation of this word than here. Here they translate it as you observe. No, actually it's you follow. They translate it as you follow. But it's actually the word walk, okay? If you all shall walk in my statutes, or if in my statutes you all shall walk. And of course, here Hashem is talking to the nation, all the people of Israel, and saying, if you all, you members of this nation, Israel, shall walk in my statutes, the right here is and this is the et, and this is just and, mitzvotai. And a mitzvah is a commandment. Mitzvot is commandments, plural. And mitzvotai, the I part here again means my, just like bechukotai is my statutes. This is mitzvotai, which is my commandments. And my commandments, and this is tishmeru. And tishmeru is, again, the tav means second person you, just like this telechu means you all shall walk. Well, this is you, and then the u part right here makes it plural, you all. Tishmeru. This is telechu, and this is tishmeru, but they both have the tav in the beginning and the vav at the end. And the tav means you, and the vav makes it plural, so you all. And then this part right here, shamar or shomer, the root is guard, okay? Here it says observe, but it also, and I'd say also more literally means guard. So we call Hashem Shomer Yisrael, the guardian of Israel. That's that word right here in the beginning. So you all shall guard, And then we have va'asitem. Va'asitem. This means and do them. This is perform them. That's fine also, but do them. Oh, sorry. Y'all shall do va'asitem, and the otam part means them. Now, va'asitem, this is y'all shall do. And here you can see the difference. So this is guard and this is do, okay? So y'all shall guard them, and y'all shall do them. This is the otam part is the them. But this means that the commandments, you should not only do them, but you should also guard them. So doing them is, just keeping the literal commandment, right? But guarding the commandment, that means like not even getting close to breaking them, okay? Being careful about not breaking them or being careful to do them, okay? So when you observe something, you're watching it, right? You're paying attention to it intently. You're not just doing something quickly or rashly or haphazardly. It's with thought and intention, okay? So we are to walk in his statutes. And these are, remember, things that we don't necessarily understand. But with the commandments, we're supposed to both do them and also even guard them. And, when you observe something, you notice it and you have a sense of understanding it more, right? If you can observe it. Okay, let's go to the next verse now. And this says, Vena tati, which means, and I will give. Okay, the E part right here means I. And the natat, this is the give part. And I will give, venatati, gishmechem. Geshem is rain, and the echem is the plural rains, and chem is your. So I will give your rains. Now you can also translate this as, and I will give you rain. But I like this translation a lot more, your rains. It's almost as if to say, the rains are ours. And the only thing that is preventing God from giving us our rain sometimes is whether or not we obey his statutes and his judgments. Meaning, it is the natural order. He wants to give us what we need to sustain ourselves. And it will naturally come if we do what we're supposed to do. And it's only because of sin and disobedience that the rains do not come, that our livelihood does not come. Okay, next is be itam. And be is in, and itam, this part, the ayin and the tav means time, and is there, in their time. So when we walk in God's statutes and judgments, he will give us the rain, the things that we need to sustain ourselves, not just physical, water, rain, but anything that we need to, that gives us the ability to make a living and eat, basically, feed our families. And, many of us are not farmers today, so it doesn't have to refer to crop. It can just be, our jobs and whatnot. So he will give us the things that we need in our time, in their time, in the proper time. Rains in their time. And rain also, in the Bible, is a symbol for teaching. So, meaning he will teach us the things that we need when we need it, okay, if we walk in his commandments. Ve natena, and which means, and she will give, or here it's she will yield, feminine. And this is haaretz, which is the land. So the land will give. The land is feminine. The land will give. Yevula, which is produce. Okay, yevula, or her produce. Actually, with the hey, it's her. It's feminine. The land will give her produce. Its fruit, right? The vegetables and the fruit and the grains and whatnot, and even the grains that will feed the animals. And even the trees that we need to build things. all of it. The land will give it all. Ve'etz, and the tree, hasadeh, of the field. Sadeh is field. Hasadeh is the field. Yitain, which is he will give. Okay. And piryo is his fruit or its fruit. Okay, peri is fruit. And the o part right here means his or its. And the its, the tree, is masculine. Now it's very interesting. If you just read it very simply, it says, "If you follow my statutes and observe my commandments and perform them, I will give your rains in their time. The land will yield its produce, and the tree of the field will give forth its fruit." Meaning to say, if we obey God, He will bless us. Right? Simply put, He will bless us with physical things. Right? But Rabbi Nachman has something very interesting to say about this, which I'd like to read to you. And this is from the book Rabbi Nachman's Torah. And this is a commentary from Rabbi Nachman from his teachings on the Torah portions in Exodus and Leviticus, which we're on right now, Leviticus Vayikra. Okay, and Rabbi Nachman says, and these are Breslov insights into the weekly Torah reading by Rabbi Nachman. He says, why does the Torah promise material blessing, the rain and the produce, etc., for spiritual achievements, which of course that is what walking in God's statutes and commandments are, right? Those are spiritual achievements. Indeed, the body and soul are separate entities, and the soul is the more important of the two. Our souls are more important than our bodies, right? What's inside of us is more important than the shell. Our minds, our hearts, our spirits, our soul is more important than the body. Yet, he says, a soul cannot attain spiritual heights by itself. It needs a physical body to act as a restraint against spirituality. In order for the person to remain in a physical world while engaging in spiritual devotions, meaning we need our spiritual body so that we can not only be spiritual, but so that we can help our spirit do the things that it needs to do. Eating keeps body and soul together so that spiritual growth is possible. Rabbi Nachman teaches that if a person is meritorious and strives to find God, his eating can elevate him to a level of desire and a will for God that transcends many, many other spiritual attainments. In such a case, his physical desires not only support his spiritual longings, but actually mirror those longings. And this is from Likutei Halachot 5, page 426. So basically, what I read from this is that, yes, of course, God promises us physical blessing for spiritual obedience, but also that the physical blessings are there to then again circle back and support our spiritual endeavors, our spirituality. So not only is the physical a reward for spiritual obedience, but also the physical is there not just to enjoy the physical, but is there to support the spiritual as well. And that's a beautiful thought. What is the most important thing in our lives? Is it the money that we make? Is it the physical house that we live in? No, of course not. Is it even the food we eat? No, of course not. The most important things in our lives are things that are spiritual, are things that cannot be touched. They're things that are eternal. They are our families, our relationships with them. They are love. They are joy. These things are all spiritual things that cannot be touched, although they can be experienced. And touching may be part of that joy, of that love, of that experience that we have with our family and our friends. But the most important part of it is not what's physical, it's what's spiritual. And so the spiritual needs the physical to fulfill its purpose. And yes, physicality physical things are a blessing, but they are there ultimately to support the things in our lives that are spiritual: love, joy, faith, hope, peace, and things that are eternal. I'd like to invite you to visit my website at www.hebrewmime.com. That's HEBREWMAYIM.com. And you can click on the button to sign up for free lessons, free Hebrew lessons, to your email, delivered every week or so. Sometimes I miss a week. Sometimes I'll send more than one email for that week. So again, just visit my website, hebrewmime.com. And I also have special sections here. Not only can you sign up for free Hebrew lessons to your email, but you can also get my playlist to learn the Aleph Bet, even Aleph Bet with Elmo. And I also have a section on learning various Jewish prayers and blessings. I also have you can see all of the Hebrew lessons from Genesis to Deuteronomy. And what else? Oh, I have a section on ancient Hebrew. Learn how to pronounce the Hebrew letters in the ancient Hebrew pronunciation, the ancient Hebrew tongue. I have some lessons on how to trope or chant the Torah, specifically lessons for that. And and then I also have links to if you're interested in getting more formal biblical Hebrew lessons or modern Hebrew lessons from a good friend in Israel. So you can check that out as well. So just visit my website at hebrewmime.com. Shalom. Shalom, my name is Maim, and I'm a naturopathic herbalist and holistic life coach, and I'm the founder of the Aruka Holistic Life Academy. Our students learn how to become effective healers using nutrition, herbs, and other holistic healing methods. I have found that to become a holistic healer, you, number one, don't need to be licensed. Although some of our students are medical professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., but you don't need a medical degree or a license to become a holistic healer. Number two, you don't need to study for 4 or more years in college. And number three, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars for a medical degree or a nutrition degree or any other kind of expensive degree. I don't have any of these things, yet I have built a profitable online health coaching business. And I'll tell you the 8 things, though, that I have found that you do need. Without these 8 things, healers are ineffective and lack confidence in being a holistic healer. And most holistic schools and certification programs don't incorporate all 8 of these secrets, which is why many graduate from them, from nutrition schools or health coaching schools or herbalist schools, etc., feeling inadequate as a healer. So I would like to share with you my secrets on how I became an effective holistic healer and built a profitable online health coaching business. You can become the healer of your home and your community without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with dangerous side effects, hospitals, doctors, or even dentists. You can build a profitable online health coaching business without the need for years of college for an expensive degree. My mission is to show you how. Visit my website at www.aruka.com/free to get my 8 secrets on how to become an effective holistic healer.